Hello everyone, welcome to another video on my channel. This is going to be the Halloween Stars OPI Spooky Pedicure. If you guys pay attention to my Instagram, this is the one that I did, forgot to film, had to redo, forgot to upload. Now I'm doing it again because not only did I forget to upload it, somehow I also lost the video that I had already edited. So we're going to have a little bit of fun here. I am using OPI colors, so I am using this lovely orange and the OPI Black Onyx. Reason being is because with these particular colors, so the no tan lines and the Black Onyx, for my skin tone, these pop the best. Also, Black Onyx is one of those colors that is just a one coat black. It's beautiful. I'm also going to use some stencils that I cut out from vinyl with my vinyl cutter. And then we're going to be using the Orly Bonder base coat and the Second Dry top coat. These are the top coat and base coats that I have been absolutely loving, so I'm going to continue using those. And if you have a pair of tweezers, it makes things a lot better as well. The pointier, the better, which you'll see because I'll struggle to get the stickers off, but you could use any star stickers and honestly any kind of tweezers, or if you have tiny hands, use tiny hands. So I'm going to go ahead, I will apply the base coat to my toes. This will keep the natural nail from staining, especially with the orange and the warmer tones that I use. If you're really focused on my big toes, you can see a little bit of staining from when I swatched some dark pinks, which are coming in a future video, and I forgot to use a base coat with those. So now my nail is slightly stained. It's not a big deal. It's just one of those things that it bugs me more than it bugs anybody else, and now that I've pointed it out, you probably won't be able to stop seeing it either. So we're gonna fast forward in time a little bit. I'm not gonna force you to watch me do both of my feet, but I am doing the base coat on all of those toes. So that's what happened there. So they're all done. We're going to leave the big toes blank and focus on all of the other toes. So those other 8 toes or 4 toes per foot, we're going to paint those orange with that no tans lines from OPI. You could use, honestly, any orange and any black that you like. I am an OPI junkie. I've mentioned that before. I am a little bit of an Orly junkie as well. They are slightly winning me over, but OPI is my mostest favoritist. It's just the colors, the textures, it works for me. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that on all of these toes. We will fast forward in time again, so you don't have to worry about all of that, but I'm only doing one coat on this right now. Reason being is because I want to do one coat on these toes, let that dry before I do my second coat, and that will give me time to work on the big toes and get that color done and let that sit. So this is all about juggling your time, making sure it's efficient. So I have the first coat on for those. I'm now going to focus on my big toes, and we're going to use kind of these medium stars for the big toe. I eyeballed it, you could technically measure, but for my toes, these medium ones are going to be the best. If you have larger toes or you're looking for a bigger design, go for bigger stars. And I'm going to focus with this so that the main point is up towards me on my toes, because the way that I want this to look is if you were facing me, the star is upright for you. So that way, if we're having a conversation together and we look down, the stars are upside down for me and right side up for you. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that. The other reason why we took so long is because I wanted that base coat to completely dry. So when I normally do my pedicures, I sandwich them where they're still a little bit tacky on top of each other. I do not want that to be the case for this, because this particular type of sticker is super sticky. So it's going to pull up anything that's still wet on it, and we don't want that. We want it to be nice and solid. We don't want any weird stuff like that. So now that I have those on there, I can either redo my orange and the top coat from here. You could technically leave this like that. If you did not want to do the black with the star cutout, you could leave these with the bare toe and that cutout and be just fine, but that's not what I'm going to do. Instead, I'm going to use my one coat black because I have to be extra. We have to add extra steps to this and make it more unique. And also, it has to match the fingernails that I did a couple weeks ago as well that had the stars cut out. So since I'm trying to have it all cohesive, I want these stars to be the same as those stars. So I'm going to lay this on thick because yes, this is a one coat black, but it is the best one coat black when it is a thicker coat. There are some nail polishes that I use that are better as 2 lighter coats or even 2 thick coats. This is not one of those. This one thick coat is good. But with that, because it is a thicker coat, it takes longer to dry, which again is why we're splitting up that second coat on those other orange toes. So bear with me on this one. I am going to have you watch me do both toes, because this time it's only 2. So I'm going to paint both of those black. And we're going to just leave them like that. Let them sit. And then we are going to do our orange. So we are going to put that second coat on for those remaining ones. That's going to give the black time to set up like we want it to. And then when we go to pull that sticker off, it's going to be cleaner lines. So that's why we go through this the way we do it. And I will fast forward in time a little bit. If you want to see the full thing, I can give you the unedited version, but why this is already 11 minutes long, like way too much as needed. So I'm going to use my super pointy ones. So the reason I have the super pointy tweezers for this is because it's easier for me to pull that tip up and not mess up any of the other black around it. Downside for using super pointy tweezers is these particular stickers are super sticky. So I don't have as good of a grip on it, which means it takes me a little bit longer. I have to be more careful to pull it up and get it the way I want it. And you'll see I am going to I'm pulling straight up and away from me so that I can grab just the sticker and I'm not going to pull at any of the other stuff. So that is that one. Things look good. Let's see if we can do the next one now. This pedicure is definitely on the more advanced side because if you mess it up, it's harder to recover from. It's harder to fix those mistakes, at least for this cutout. So take your time with it. It's going to be okay. If you have a good base coat and your black polish work well together, you could technically let this thing completely dry. I have not, which means I need to be very careful about what touches what. So there we have it. This is set. At this point, you could also top coat, but again, I've got to be extra. So I'm not going to top coat. At this point, I'm going to use my smallest stars on my stickers and put them on orange toes. So this way I have cutout with the black, I have orange with black stars, and if you want to go even farther, you could use the tiny points of your tweezers, and you could do little dots as well on either the remaining toes or certain toes, however you personally like to do it. These, because I've taken the time and let most of the orange dry when I was peeling up the last of that black stars, I can just put my finger on that sticker and hold it in place as I release it from my tweezer. Like I said, super sticky. You can see me struggling here to get the sticker off of even just the sheet. And consequently, that's why it's great for this as well. That's why we let it dry, because now I can use my fingers. I don't have to worry about smudging the polish. I don't have to worry about any of the rest of that stuff. Again, from here, you could top coat, you could do dots and then top coat, really just depends on what you want to do. So here I'm showing you, you could totally use those tweezers and make little dots on a particular toe if that's something that you wanted. Not something that I'm going to do for this video, but I believe I did end up choosing that for the Instagram pictures because I wanted a little extra. I wanted to see how that would look. But this is a finished look. It's super cute. It's super fun. Let's see what it looks like with some flip-flops. So we have the barefoot option, if you prefer that. And as we fast forward in time again, we're going to see flip-flop options. So here are the flip-flop options. I have orange and black. The black is from Old Navy. The orange is from Forever 21, so it is a little bit thicker. But they're both equally comfortable. Let me know in the comments if you have a preference of color or if you like seeing the mismatched flip-flop colors. I am kind of digging the mismatched flip-flop colors. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to like, comment, subscribe, you can.